Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on Critic Insider, and today's video is, yesterday I saw Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and I'm finally putting out my review for it. Yes, I was right, yours. So let's just get right into the video. First of all, let's talk about the things I liked about this movie. Now, first off, the fight scenes were great. This movie had some of the best hand-to-hand combat scenes in probably the whole MCU. Just like the Winter Soldier did, this film did the exact same thing. I also found Shang-Chi's origin to be very interesting. This was a very grounded film. Felt like we were getting to know this unknown hero well, and starting this off, getting to know him, his relationships, felt just like back in Iron Man, Captain America, the First Avenger, and even the newer solo movies such as Homecoming, Black Panther. They really told the origin of Shang-Chi well. This film also had like I said, the action's great. The train fight scene looks cool in the trailer, but when we watch the movie itself, it's exciting. It's very early on in the film as well. I don't want to spoil anything else, but that train fight scene was very, very cool. And yes, also great final battle scene between him and the Mandarin. Very interesting, the relationship between the two of them, and overall, yeah, so this movie had some background story to it too, which added to, like I said, the origins of this character, the origins of this hero that not much people knew about before this movie came out. And the ending to this movie truly lets the door open to more stuff. Heck, I'd like to see Shang-Chi in more MCU movies. Stuff like the post-credit scene teases. So I don't want to spoil anything with that, of course. But stuff like that helps set up his future. And I do believe Shang-Chi has a pretty good future. It's a pretty good future as well. This movie, most of the movie itself was separated from other properties. Aside from Abomination fighting Wong, they weren't in any other scenes of this film aside from what we saw in the trailer, but stuff like the ending and post-credit scene. Like I said, not gonna spoil anything. Or nothing for you guys. But yeah, and overall, everyone's character arcs are very interesting. Shang-Chi, the Mandarins, and yeah. So overall, to recap the goods of this film, it's a fun, fresh, some of the best action in the franchise. That was the best thing about this movie. The action was incredible. The fight scenes were well done. I mean, in movies like Black Widow, they were cool, man. This was like next level action. Like, I thought it would be cool by the trailers, but no, this was awesome kung fu action, as well as building up this character and what he has to provide next in the MCU. So yeah, so let's talk about things I disliked about this film. So first off, I love small MCU-like problems. That sounds right, guys. The humor did not fit in this film. A lot of it felt like forced humor, like in a lot of the MCU movies. In some movies, it lands better than others. In this movie, the humor definitely definitely did not land the best. Like we had, I found out, like, we were in, like, an almost, like, we saw us at a 12:30 matinee showing yesterday. It was almost, like, sold out. It was pretty full, but our audience is kind of annoying with the mixed in humor and stuff, I can admit, laughing at every little joke, and just had too much MCU humor in there, and some of it, a couple of it was funny, but this is not a Ragnarok Guardians of the Galaxy level fun movie. This was built to be, I felt like this was made to be one of the more serious MCU movies. So yeah, so also the actor of Shang-Chi, he wasn't particularly good. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't like a Chadwick Boseman, Robert Downey Jr. level actor. I can admit, a major MCU characters, he was probably one of the weakest actors. And also, the character of Shang-Chi, I feel like he was cool as a hero, but as just a normal character, he was kind of average, to be honest with you. With heroes like Ant-Man, Tony Stark, Peter Parker, they are all very fun to learn about their outside world, but they didn't develop Shang-Chi they developed him as a hero great, but they didn't develop him as a person the best. So I'll give this movie, so overall, this was better than I expected. I wasn't too hyped for this movie coming in. Honestly, of the 4 MCU films coming out this year, this was probably my least anticipated, honestly, because I just didn't feel like the excitement for this film at first, as I would have for something like No Way Home, and even for something like No Way Home, Doctor Strange 2, Thor: Love and Thunder, all of that stuff, but I'm not even saying like Eternals, because Eternals by the trailer, it looks like it's gonna stand out, but this had fine trailers, but the trailers for Shang-Chi didn't wow me that much. And then when I saw the movie, I was like, this is good. It's slow for 20 minutes or so, and after that, when she got to that train fight scene, I was intrigued, excited. It's got those small few MCU problems in there, but overall, this was mostly a fantastic movie that I would highly recommend seeing. It is worth your time, for sure. Lots of people say this is top tier MCU. I would say it's definitely at least like top 8 for me, which I wasn't expecting going into this. I'll give it an A- rating, and this is definitely one that is worth seeing. So yeah, I liked it quite a bit more than I did Black Widow, the other MCU film of the year, because I like Black Widow, it was cool, but Shang-Chi, I feel like I walked out like very excited, like, wow, that was some good MCU stuff right there. So yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.